Imagine a young musician frustrated with the slow progress of mastering an instrument. Day by day, the musician practices, but the sounds that come out are far from beautiful. However, instead of quitting, the musician sticks to it, understanding that mastery takes time. Years later, the musician performs in a concert hall, the music resonating perfectly with the audience. Patience turns an amateur musician into a maestro, a learner into an expert, and a dream into reality. In a world that often demands immediate results, patience can seem like an outdated concept. But when we dig deeper, we find that patience is a powerful tool for personal transformation. Picture this: you're late, stuck in a traffic jam. Your heart races and your grip tightens on the steering wheel. It's the kind of impatience we've all felt. But this impatience doesn't clear the road ahead of you. It only adds stress to an already stressful situation. Your car isn't going any faster, but your peace of mind is speeding away. It's in moments like this that the wisdom of Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist and philosopher, shines like a guiding star. When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. You can't make the traffic disappear, but you can control how you react to it. Let's consider a story about Buddha and his disciples. During a long journey, they paused near a lake to rest. Buddha asked his youngest, and notably impatient, disciple to fetch him some water. The disciple found the water muddy by a herd of oxen and decided it wasn't fit to bring back. After a while, Buddha asked him to try again, and then once more. Each time, the disciple found the water dirty and became increasingly agitated. But upon the third request, he discovered that the water had cleared. The mud had settled, all on its own. Buddha's lesson here is clear. Time has its way of resolving things. In attempting to rush the process, we not only frustrate ourselves, but can also make the situation worse. The disciple's impatience didn't make the water clear any faster. It only made him more distressed. Sometimes the best course of action is simply to wait. Impatience is often born from our desire to control what is not within our control. We crave immediate changes in our circumstances and get agitated when things don't go our way. We want life to move at the pace we set, bending the world to our will. However, many aspects of life are beyond our control, and recognizing that fact is the first step towards a more peaceful existence. When we're impatient, we experience a kind of internal turmoil. This discomfort isn't just a burden to ourselves, but can also affect those around us. A moment of impatience can lead to an unnecessary argument with a friend, a hasty decision that we later regret, or even instances of road rage that endanger lives. In contrast, patience is about letting go and making peace with how things are. It is what Oxford Languages describes as the capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset. The first benefit of patience is the natural flow of things. We often find ourselves trying to speed up the course of events, only to realize that forcing things rarely leads to the desired outcomes. On the contrary, pushing too hard can cause more harm than good. As we often talk on this channel about Taoist concept of Wu Wei, or non-action, going against the natural course of things often leads to setbacks. This idea is echoed not just in ancient philosophies, but also by modern thinkers. Take Alan Watts, for example, who spoke about the wisdom of insecurity. He suggests that when we try to secure our life excessively, we may actually make it more unstable because we're going against the natural flow. Patience is key to this concept. By being patient, we acknowledge the pace at which nature, or life, operates. We step aside and allow things to happen as they should, without feeling the need to meddle or rush the process. In essence, patience gives us the freedom to let the river of life carry us, rather than attempting to swim upstream. Consider creativity a realm where patience plays a pivotal role. Many creative individuals will tell you that inspiration often comes when least expected. If you've ever experienced writer's block, you know the more you strain, the harder it becomes to let the words flow. As Charles Bukowski wisely advised in his poem, "So you want to be a writer? If you have to wait for the creative impulse, then wait. If it's not meant to come, forcing it won't make it so." This principle can be applied to many areas of our lives. Whether you're nurturing a relationship, building a career, or working on a personal project, remember, good things take time. Nature doesn't hurry, yet everything is accomplished. When we align our pace with that of the world around us, we allow things to unfold in their own time, which usually turns out to be the perfect time. Patience, then, is not just about waiting. It's about harmonizing with the inherent rhythms of life. This alignment not only minimizes stress, but also opens doors to possibilities that may not be visible when we're in a rush. The second benefit is taking better decisions. Careful thought is the cornerstone of wise decision-making. Yet there's a fine line between cautious deliberation and the immobilizing spiral of overthinking. While the latter often leads to stagnation, the former propels us toward well-informed choices. Patience serves as the anchor that holds us steady, enabling a clarity of mind often obscured by emotional turbulence. Have you ever noticed how our biggest regrets often follow decisions made in the heat of the moment? Let's say you're tempted to quit your job after a single bad day. Such rash actions seldom serve us in the long run. Instead, patience affords us the space to step back, quiet the storm of our emotions, and contemplate the broader picture. That's where the saying, "sleep on it," gains its wisdom. Giving ourselves that pause often means waking up with fresh eyes, ready to tackle a problem from a new angle. In relationships too, how often have we said something in anger, only to regret it later? Time serves as a buffer, letting heightened emotions settle so that reason can take the wheel. Before sending that angry text or making that impassioned phone call, take a deep breath. Count to 10, as the old saying goes. Such simple acts of patience can save us a lifetime of regret. The pacing foot, the clenched fist, the heavy sigh, all signs of impatience that can seize us when things don't go as planned. Such impatience renders us emotionally vulnerable, swayed by the winds of external circumstances. A delayed train or a long queue isn't just an inconvenience. It becomes a source of suffering, disrupting our inner calm. However, we can choose a different path. The Stoics taught us that our emotional well-being should not be outsourced to external events. Instead of surrendering control to unpredictable elements, why not focus on the one domain we can control? Our own responses. Imagine standing at that delayed train platform. You have two choices. One is to join the chorus of complainers, letting the delay ruin your day. The other is to calmly acknowledge the situation for what it is, perhaps pulling out a book or taking the moment to breathe and reflect. The train's tardiness remains the same in both scenarios, but your emotional state differs vastly. This is not just about being less reactive, but about achieving a state of equanimity, a balanced mind unaffected by external events. Patience plays a vital role here. It provides a buffer, a space for emotional detachment, allowing us to evaluate the situation without the clouding lens of immediate frustration or anger. So the next time you find yourself faced with an unavoidable delay or obstacle, remember, patience isn't passive waiting. It's active acceptance of the present moment, an exercise in maintaining your tranquility regardless of what's happening around you. The journey to success is often like running a marathon, not a sprint. The craving for instant gratification often leads us astray, causing us to abandon the path before we even see the first signs of progress. This could happen in fitness, business, or any endeavor that requires sustained effort. Remember the story of the farmer who took care of a bamboo tree? He watered it and cared for it year after year without seeing any sprout break the soil. For anyone else, it would have been easy to call it quits, assuming the effort was fruitless. But the farmer's patience endured, and in the end, the bamboo tree shot up, rewarding him for his persistent care. Nelson Mandela once said, "It always seems impossible until it's done." This wisdom applies beautifully to any long-term project or goal. Take the stock market, for instance. The power of compound interest, although slow to reveal itself, can build substantial wealth over time. Similarly, most thriving businesses didn't reach profitability overnight. They weathered the storm of uncertainty, slow growth, and even loss. And let's not forget content creation, like growing a YouTube channel, which often requires persistent effort over the years before it gains traction. In all these examples, patience is the common denominator. It allows us to remain focused on the process rather than being fixated on immediate results. This kind of enduring patience might be challenging to summon, but its rewards are often life-changing. Patience helps us accept delays and persevere, laying down brick by brick until we've built the castle of our dreams. Patience isn't just a virtue, it's a cornerstone for achieving long-term success. While the road might be long and the work often thankless, it's patience that enables us to keep going, to tolerate the discomfort of not seeing immediate results, and to ultimately reap the rewards of our sustained efforts. Patience might taste bitter, but its fruits are incredibly sweet. When it comes to relationships, whether with friends, family, or partners, patience is the glue that holds everything together. We've all been around people whose behavior irks us, who don't meet our expectations, or who simply walk a different path. It's easy to become frustrated and impatient, wishing people would just act or think the way we want them to. Marcus Aurelius, an ancient Stoic thinker, pointed out that we can't choose the people who cross our paths in life. We'll inevitably encounter people who are rude, selfish, or otherwise difficult. What we do have control over is how we react to them. It's our choice to either let their behavior disturb our peace or to accept them for who they are, imperfections and all. Patience lets us do the latter. It enables us to keep our cool, to listen more than we speak, and to approach life with a greater sense of empathy and understanding. Instead of hastily jumping into arguments or making rash judgments, we take a step back. We breathe. We let go of our need to control or change the person before us, recognizing that each individual is their own universe of experiences and emotions. This doesn't mean that we become pushovers or accept bad behavior. It means we pick our battles wisely and approach disagreements with a balanced mindset. It allows us to understand before being understood, to offer kindness before criticism, and to extend a helping hand instead of a pointing finger. In essence, patience adds depth to our tolerance, enriching not just our interactions with others, but also our relationship with ourselves. Where impatience brings discord, patience ushers in harmony. Where impatience leads to quick judgments, patience allows for understanding. It's not just a virtue, it's a tool for a more harmonious life. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with others. Also, if you're interested in diving deeper into topics like this, consider joining our membership or supporting us on Patreon. Your support helps us create more content that makes a meaningful impact.